Learn along with me.
Hey guys, my name is Ritu Sachdev. What is Mega Menu? As the name itself says, mega, very big, very large, huge. So if you are creating website for some large scale business, instead of creating small navigation bar, we can create Mega Menu. So in this tutorial, I'm gonna show you how you can create Mega Menu.
Before going into action, I want to preview the mega menu which we are going to code today. See here, I have list of this 5 main link items here, and when I hover on any of the link item, I have this panel, and this panel again consists of some sub-menu items which are also a clickable links. I also have some title here, and likewise I also have the same for link item 2, 3, 4, 5. But in the link item 3 I have some description here. So mega menus are a popular method for displaying a lot of content in a drop down menu. They are oftenly used in e-commerce website or large scale websites instead of creating small drop down menus. So let's get started. So here I'm on my code editor. I'm using Adobe Dreamweaver CS6. I have also opened up the document in which I'm gonna code. You see, I have already linked up the style sheet for this document. This is external style sheet. Now, in the body of document, let's start coding our this mega menu. So, I will insert a div with a class of nav menu. Let's close this div. Now I'm gonna insert unordered list. Let's close this unordered list. Now obviously inside this unordered list we will be having this list item. This list item will be the clickable links for our navigation bar. So ally tag, they are the clickable link as I said. So obviously I will be giving link here a href. So with the anchor tag I'm giving link, and here you can give the link for your web pages existing in your website, but here I will use hash for now. Now let's close this anchor tag. The text here I want to have is link item 1. Now let me copy it and paste it for several times. Here we go. Now let me make it list item 2, 3, 4, 5. And let's give little indent here. Very cool. Now let's save it up. Let's see the browser preview what we have done so far. Here we go. These are the 5 list items we have coded. And now to give it a shape, now let's write some CSS rule for this. So let's go to our CSS document which we have already linked up here. The first rule I want to give to the body of document. So body curly brackets. Now background color I wanna have is gray. Let's save it up. Let's reload. See, here we go. I have this gray color background. Now let's give CSS rule for this nav menu class. So dot nav menu width as I wanna give is 100%. Background color as brown, float as left. Here I am using HTML standard color name when I say background color as brown. You can also use hash code or RGB or HSL color value. So let's save it up. Let's reload here. See, this navigation bar is having brown color now, and width is 100%, float left. So the next rule I want to give is dot nav menu ul li. Now this stands for the list items inside unordered list. So the rule I want to give is list style as none. Let's save it up. Let's see the browser preview. You see, I have this bullet here. When I will reload this document, I will get rid of this bullets, as I'm saying list style as none. So let's reload. See, here we go. Now you see, I also have this default margin here. So let's get rid of this margin here. So what I will do is, I will make a universal rule. This is a star rule, a universal selector. Let's get rid of this default margin and padding. So margin is equals to 0 pixels, padding is equals to 0 pixels. Let's save it up and let's reload. See, now there is no default margin or padding exists here. Now after this list style none, I want to make a rule inside it itself, float as left. Let's save it up. Let's reload. See, all the elements are floating left to each other now. Now the next rule, inside itself again, I want to have display as inline block. Now the next rule I want to have for this link, for this anchor tag. So dot nav menu ul li. The display I want to have is block here. So this will give us, get rid of this underline we have in our list item. So text decoration none. Let's save this much up. Let's see the browser preview. See, here we go. We do not have this underline underneath this list item now. The next thing I want to have is padding. Padding is equals to 20 pixels. So it from all of the side, top, left, right, bottom, we are giving some padding value. See, when I reload, I have this link item and it's clearly visible. The text decoration is none. You can see. And now let's change the color of font. So the color I want to have is white. Let's save it up. Let's reload. See, I have this white color in this link items. Now I want to have font size as 14 pixels. Let's save it up. Let's reload. See, here we go. Now I want to change the font family. So font family, I'm using is Helvetica. Let's save it up. Let's reload. See, now we have this Helvetica font. Now I want to write some rule when I hover on this list items, hover on this links. So dot nav menu inside ul inside li inside a. When I hover on this a, I want this rules. So let's write background color as Burleywood and color as, that is the color of font, brown. Let's save this much up and let's reload. See, when I will hover on this link item, the background color changes to Burleywood and the color of font changes to brown. Right? Background color Burleywood, color brown. Same for all of the list items. Now, let's have some little animation effect. Like it is all of the sudden I'm hovering on this element, it is changing the color. Let's change its color with some animated effect. So what I can do is I will give here transition property. So let's have transition background. The next time I want to have is 0.5 seconds. And the animation timing function I want to have linear. Let's save it up. Let's reload. See, now we have some animation effect. As the duration I have given is 0.5 seconds and animation timing function is linear and it is changing the background color with some animation. If you want to know in detail how this transition property work, you can watch my earlier tutorial on it. I have did it 1 year ago. You can see, simply type transition Ritu in the search box. You will get this tutorial CSS3 transition property. And again I have this animated menu bar using transition property. So you can go for this tutorial if you want to watch it in detail how this transition property works. So now this is what we have created, a simple navigation bar. Now let's code our mega menu. So again let's go to source code. Instead of CSS, now let's have some items for mega menu. This is my link item. So before closing of this list item, I will hit enter and inside this li tag again I will generate unordered list. See, ul tag. Now to this ul tag I will give a class mega menu which we will be defining soon. So let's close this ul tag. Now inside this ul tag let's have li tag. Let's close this ally tag. Now inside this ally tag, the first thing I want to have something in H1. That will be a title, some title which you want to give. Now let's have our anchor tag, href. Again I'm using hash. You can give link for your existing web pages in your website. Close this anchor tag off. Now the text I want to have is sub menu 1. Now let's copy this and paste it for several more times. Two, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Simply inside this ally tag we have this UL tag and again a single ally tag, then list of this submenu items, right? Inside this main ally we have all this stuff. So again I will copy this ally tag, this from opening ally to closing ally. I'm inside this UL class mega menu. Paste it again 2-3 times. Okay. Now let's save it up. Now let's write certain rule for this mega menu now. Mega menu CSS. Let me write some comment here. From this point we are writing CSS rule for this mega menu. Now dot nav menu ul li ul dot mega menu. It means the UL tag which is having class of mega menu, and we have this UL class with the mega menu inside UL inside li. Simply you can check again UL li, then we have our UL. So we will go to first UL tag, then li tag, then UL dot mega menu, and all these are existing inside nav menu. So you see inside our nav menu. Width right now I'm having as 80%, although you can play with the width of this mega menu. Later I will tell you. Let's first give it a shape, then padding I want to have is 20 pixels. Background color I want to have is Bollywood. The position I want to have is absolute, and I want to make the display as none, as obviously it's hidden. Once I will hover on the main list item, then we will be capable of viewing this mega menu. So at the initial level the display is none. Now the next rule I want to have is nav menu ul li ul dot mega menu. Here I want to have li hover, so that I will hover on this ally items. So this ul.megaMenu class will be displayed. So here I want to have display property as block. Let's save this much up and let's see the browser preview so far. Let's reload. See, initially we don't have this mega menu panel there, but when I will hover there, we have this mega menu panel. And these are the list items inside it. As when I hover on it, I have this brown color. So the same rule is applied here also. And the color I am having here is barley wood. So here in the background I am having barley wood color. And width I have given is right now as 80%. And when I hover, only at that time the display is block. Now let's proceed to give this thing more shape. So again let's go to code editor inside the CSS. Dot name menu ul ally hover ul dot mega menu ally. Now inside this curly bracket, let's have width as 180 pixels, margin right as 40 pixels, float as left. So now I have defined rule for this list item inside this mega menu. Here you go for this particular list items. Width as 180 pixels, margin right 40, float left. Let's save it up. Let's reload. See, now we have this margin right as 40 pixels, float left is there, and width is 180 pixels. Next rule I want to have for the anchor tag which are inside the list item. So dot name menu ul ally hover then ul with the class of mega menu, then ally, then a. So here we are talking about the anchor tag given for this list item inside the class ul mega menu. So here I want to give its padding as 10 pixels, color as brown. Let's save it up and let's reload. See, the color of this anchor tag is brown now. This list item is brown now. And there is a padding of 10 pixels. Now, when I hover on this anchor item, I want to have certain rule. So, I'm copy and pasting it here. Now to the anchor tag, when I hover, I want the background color as brown and the color of font as coral. Let's save it up Let's reload. See now when I hover, I have this background color as brown, and you can see the color of this list item is coral now. The font color is coral color, and this is the width we have given here is 180 pixels. Right now we have given this some menu items. Inside this link item one only. Soon we will be giving for this rest of others too. Now the next thing I want to do is I want to give certain rule for this H1, this title what we have. Simply let's copy this, paste it here. Instead of A, I want to have H1. Padding, I want to have 10 pixels, comma 0 pixels. So from the top and bottom we are having 10 pixels padding, and from the left right we are having 0 pixels padding. Font size, I want to have 18 pixels. Color, I want to have brown. Text aligned, I want to have is left. A little margin from the left. Margin left 5 pixels, and I want to have a border in the bottom of this H1. So border bottom 1 pixels, solid. The color of border I want to give is brown. Let's save it up and let's reload. See now when I hover, the title is in the brown color. What I have mentioned is 18 pixels. There is some padding. Text align is left and margin left is 5 pixels. It's looking cool now. And we also have border in the bottom of 1 pixels with the brown color, which is solid border, right? Now let's have this mega menu in link item 2, 3, 4. Likewise, simply again I will go to my code editor. Here on the source code, you see, as you have seen in the list item, in the ally tag, we have generated this UL class mega menu. Simply I will copy this chunk of code from this opening UL to closing UL, which is a class mega menu. Copy it, paste it here before closing this ally of link item 2. Paste it here. Let's save it up. Let's reload. See, likewise link item 1, we have link item 2 also. Instead of this link item, let's have some paragraph here. Maybe you don't want to give links, so simply you just want to have some text. So let's try to have this thing in our link item 3. And you might have noticed when I hover on this sub menu item, still we have this transition animation which we have given to this list item. Transition background 0.5 seconds linear, as we are providing it to the all the list item inside nav menu. So still we are having this list item in mega menu. We have this transition effect. as this mega menu item is also inside this nav menu. In this ally tag, let's hit enter again. Now again we will have UL with a class of mega menu. Now in this mega menu we will have ally tag, close this ally tag off, and now I will insert a div with a class of mega menu div. Let's close this div off. Again in the h1 I want to have some title. Now after this h1 let's have some dummy content. To have the dummy content, let's copy this text and paste it here, and let's have it in p tag. And let's copy this list item for one more time. See, we are still inside this UL class mega menu. Now for the third time, let's have our list item here in this UL tag for this link item 3. Here we go. Let's write certain rule for this p tag inside this mega menu class. So simply I will go to my cascading style sheet and let's copy this here, this much, paste it here. After this I will have my p tag, the color I want to have is brown for this p tag which I have mentioned, and margin is 5 pixels, padding again as 5 pixels. As we have applied color brown for all this anchor tag, P won't be affected here. P will still have the white color. So I have this color brown and margin 5, padding 5 pixels for this P tag. And let's reload now. You see this list item 3 is having this dummy content inside this P tag, and again in sub items. Same way you can copy and paste this list item for the 4th and 5th main list item. Simply I will say UL class mega menu, copy this much up, paste it for the 4th list item inside the first ally tag, and here I want to close this UL tag. This is the opening of UL class mega menu, this is the closing of. Again let's copy this and paste it for the 5th list item inside the main list item. Save it up, reload the page. You see, now the last thing, I want to control the width of this mega menu. What you can do is, see here in this CSS rule, Here we have given the width as 80%. So I can also write the as max width 80%. So the maximum width will be 80%. Minimum will be how much it will be required. See, when I reload my page, now only this much area is covered as the maximum width is 80%. Right? Or if you would like to have width as 100%, max width as 100%, we can change the value. You can play with this values simply, how much you require.
So this is done, friends, and if you like this video of mine, do thumb it up. Do not forget to subscribe me, and if you want to learn these subjects directly from me, do contact me. Have a good day. Bye bye.